today's tech tip, we're gonna focus on chain adjustment. If you're gonna race, this is gonna happen to you sooner or later. It happens to the best of us. Every once in a while, your chain will come off, which isn't always fun. We're gonna show you how to put it back on and get back out there in a race action. Essentially, on this particular bike, you're gonna need a 15mm wrench, same as we used on the front. You can use an open end, closed end. I prefer the closed. This one doesn't have any tensioner. Some bikes will have a chain tensioner, so you may have to, that comes into play a little bit too, but this particular bike does not have that. So probably early on, yours probably won't either. So what we want to do is, obviously you want to, since the chain's off, you just want to maybe inspect your chain ring here, make sure all your teeth are good. You can look down it, make sure there's no dents or, it's not bent or anything like that. Everything looks good there. So then you would want to take your chain. Well, we'll put it on there for now. Then you would normally want to loosen your rear wheel, okay? So you would normally have to loosen this one, and then you're gonna slide it forward like so, because if your chain came off when your bike was in adjustment, you're not gonna be able to get it back on. So you're gonna have to loosen it, slide your wheel forward. You can leave your brakes intact now. If you're gonna take your wheel off, you would have to loosen some of these things. So for now, we're not doing that, so we'll go ahead and, so now you wanna put your chain back on, okay? So everything looks good. Now's a good time to make sure there's nothing bent on your rear cog here. You can kind of spin it. You can check your chain link, see if there's any of the links are bent or twisted or anything like that. Everything looks good. So now once we've got it like that, you basically want to, again, a lot of this takes, you have to eyeball a lot of this stuff here. So you're gonna snug this one up by hand. You want to snug this one up by hand. Okay, now's when you can kind of play with your tension. I can pull that back tighter, but then it'll be really tight and it'll have a lot of resistance. Every once in a while, some of these chain rings will have like a high or a low spot. So you want to kind of check it out here. This one has a little bit, but it's not really too bad. So you want to have just a little bit of play. See how I can move it? It's not so tight that I really got to push on it. So once you're kind of to that level, you want to make sure, again, making sure your brake shoes are lined up. Make sure it looks like it's centered right here. I like to use my thumbs on both sides of the wheels between here and here. Gives you a good feeling. Feels about right. So I like to tighten the drive side first. A lot of times I'll hold this with my hand on this side. Just kind of snug it up here. Then go to this side. Give that a good snug. Come back over here. Give it a good final snug. See, chains. Sometimes when you tighten these, they may slip forward or backwards like this. So it's always good to, check your alignment again. Give this a good pedal. Looks like everything seems to be working okay. Give your brakes a touch. Make sure they look to be even like they were before you adjusted your rear wheel. Everything looks good there. So once you're done with that, again, check your chain tension looks good all the way around. So she should be ready and dialed and ready to go.